welcome to Boys episode 128. I'm Robbie Ray.
I'm Josh.
I'm Dylan.
And we are joined by
Mike Allen.
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Thanks for coming. Go ahead and pull that mic up as close as you can.
Very happy to be here.
Very, very cool.
We're happy to have you here, Mike.
We were kind of scrambling for a guest at the last minute, and Josh brought up Mike Allen, bassist of the Nghiems, among other things.
Well, I was sitting there and my brain just goes, why have we not had his ass on, too? You got things to plug.
Yeah.
Bring him on.
Like what? What's coming up? What's coming up in the life of Mike Allen?
We have a show coming up at the Speakeasy, an art show, music show, food show, all kinds of show. Well, I guess the Speakeasy shows their menu off a bit there.
They do.
But no, yeah, it's coming up this Saturday. It's robot themed. It's called Mechanical Animal.
The poster is sick. You made that,
thanks.
right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's named after my favorite Manson album, too.
I gave James a lot of shit. I didn't give him shit, but I was like, oh, cool, you named it after the Marilyn Manson song. He goes, what are you talking about?
You might chuckle at that, but no bullshit. Mechanical Animals by Marilyn Manson is a severely underrated record. It's so much more than Dope Show.
Yeah.
Just let me tell you, it's great. I used to be a Mansonite, if you will.
Is that what they called fans of Manson?
Right. Well, one of them, right?
I guess it's Charles.
Yeah.
Charles Manson.
Jowls Manson. So you are the art coordinator for these, or
that's a good title.
Co-coordinator?
I guess, yeah, co-host. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess the Speakeasy's technically hosting it, but I co-run it with James.
But you do like the flyer art.
I do, yeah. I do all the poster. Like I said, the menu kind of backdrops, whatever.
Right.
And hang most of the art too. So just that
So
logistics
James is just
of that.
sitting back, counting money.
Pretty much.
That
no.
sounds like James.
Yeah.
He collects the art from the artists.
No, James does a lot of the work.
he does
A lot.
of
Like
labor.
up front, he does almost everything. You know, that's kind of his deal. He has all the correspondence with the many artists. Like we'll get 70 pieces or something. You know? So, it's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Your art is hanging up on the wall at my house. Well, currently not because I'm moving, but it will be back up in my house. We've framed every show poster because they're A, the shows are cool. B, the art is just fucking great.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's very hangable.
That's what I made it for.
You know what I like in art?
Hangable.
It's got to be hangable.
The hangability is
gotta
key.
be great.
The hang factor.
Can I say, I want to say, while we're talking about art, I'm just going to dip in real quick. Me and my wife last night were doing getting some shit for the house, and we pop into Ross to we could probably find a dog bed there or whatever. And we go,
It's where you go for dog beds.
Well, you're in
totally
the area.
is.
It's cheap. It's cheap. It's like $20. So we're going down all the aisles because it's Ross. They got a little bit of everything. And I go down the aisle that has the knickknacks and like those little wooden signs. And there was one. I was like, Diana, we got to get this for the new house. And I thought it was a Live, Laugh, Love. No, because it's Ross Dress for Less, and it's this fell off the back of the truck, or it's a factory second. It said, Live, Love, Laugh.
Wow. That doesn't sound as good.
And I kind of wanted to buy it just because it was so fucking dumb. But it's like, huh. So it's not only can you go to Ross to buy irregular fitting Levi's pants, you can go for, the art with the wrong saying on it.
Well, don't get me started on fonts. Okay, like I'm a graphic designer, among other things, and I can't stand the oversaturation of fonts these days. Like on every shirt, everything looks like that brush script,
A lot of that.
Oklahoma or whatever. Go fuck off. Like I hate that shit, and I'm so tired of it. With one exception.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Live, Laugh, Love, or Live, Love, Laugh.
Oh, yeah.
The 3 L's. Kate found one, and we thought about getting it for the bathroom. And it looks like one of your stereotypical Hobby Lobby mom decor pieces. But it says Live, Laugh, Lube. And I thought that was pretty fucking dope. And I love sex. So might be making a purchase
and good for the
soon.
bathroom. So, and you're just cranking one out in the bathroom like you're 13.
That's what you do.
I mean, you can use a lot of lube for a lot of different things.
Yeah. Enemas for one.
In the bathroom,
I don't know if you'd lube up to jerk off in the bathroom, though.
Wait. You don't?
I mean,
I get it started. I get the heavy petting going. I get it real hot and heavy. A lot of heavy breathing, a lot of heavy hitters, a lot of heavy panting, feelings, horniness.
Right.
And then I run to the bathroom and lube up.
I was gonna say it just like I haven't like jerked off in a bathroom in a long time. Mike,
You're a grown ass man.
Here's the thing. But
There's some good reverb in there, you know.
the bathroom,
the acoustics.
the bathroom
Makes it
is
sound bigger.
jerking off in the bathroom when I was a kid is where I learned how to use lube. Because before that, you don't. You're just fucking dry hamming it.
yeah.
Hammond?
I don't know. But in the bathroom, there's like lotions about, and there's like conditioner when you're in
Not
the shower.
shampoo.
It's really good. Do not use shampoo. That
No.
shit will burn.
Yeah, you'll burn.
But a
Your
nice
whole penis.
a nice shampoo.
Speaking of that, as a kid, I masturbated all the time. Well, a young man, not as a kid.
Yeah.
When you get to be about that age,
Mm-hmm.
what would you say just in general the ages? 14, 13, 14?
Oh, I'm gonna say like
Ooh.
12,
Younger?
13. 12, 13.
Yeah, right around there. Right around there.
Worth a lot.
I was
I first experienced an orgasm at the age of 11
months.
months. No, I was like, we were watching some movie and there was like tits in it. It was like a late 80s, early 90s, like
So like classic titty scene.
titty scene, but
All right.
they were having sex.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just, kind of like rubbing, I'm laying on the floor watching the movie and I'm just kind of feels good. And I come and I've never had that feeling before. And I thought I was dying. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm melting.
I'm melting. And I had to quickly run to the bathroom.
You know your sweet mother sitting in her recliner.
Watching her son writhe on the floor.
She knew what you were doing.
I was so worried that it was going to like seep through my pants and onto the carpet and be like, oh, that's not good.
You do realize she knew what you were doing, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
like
she
it's
knew.
it's not. What else could you be doing? The worm? Like,
But at 11, I don't know.
That was kind of in style right around that time.
Yeah.
True. I had a little method to my masturbation. We found the token woods porn you get as a kid, where you find a porno mag in the woods, or maybe
I found a bag,
a bag of
a
porn?
whole bag.
Oh,
Yeah, one
jackpot.
time. Yeah.
Wait. Was it in like a Walmart bag, Target bag, or like a
No,
garbage bag?
it was like a black, giant, like grass,
Like a
garbage
contractor bag?
No,
a big?
yeah,
Okay.
like when you go mow a lawn or something.
Yeah,
and
like
you put your
the hefty with
yeah,
ribbed.
Nice.
It was big.
That's a lot of porn, dude.
Yeah.
So
like
we-
someone had to dump that.
Dude,
quick.
that's amazing. I couldn't imagine finding that much. It was always like a waterlogged magazine that was like gross.
Yeah, a
and-
waterlogged cherry with pages torn out of
Yeah,
it.
we did find a VHS once, and it was like something out of a Stephen King book. Like all these kids happen upon this evil force that's going to change your life forever.
Like a Necronomicon and shit.
So we get the magazine and we divvy it up. We go through and we're doing a draft, a porn draft. man. It's like, I
Best
got that
pages,
one.
yeah.
And so I get my allotment, my pages, and I get a legal envelope. And I tri-fold it like I'm writing a letter to my penis. And every night when I'd go to the bathroom, I would get my towel and I would put the letter in the towel and take it to the bathroom. And then as the bath was running, I've always been a bath boy. As the bath was running, shrouding me in the splashing of hot water, I'd pull out the pages, unfold them, and lay them out on the bathroom counter. And just kind of have a little
buffet?
like a buffet of sorts. Yeah,
charts.
little of this,
Maps.
little of this. I got the yarn out. I'm like connecting nipples.
The bathroom buffet.
Yeah.
Great.
So so I always lock the door. I put the towel under the door. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Like
And
you're smoking cigarettes or something.
one time, I forgot to lock the door, and my dad walked in on me. And I mean, it was the quickest I've ever made my way to the door. And I remember just like backing up to the door and like slamming my ass against the door so he wouldn't open the door.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that with one hand. And with the other hand, I'm like trying to put up all this porn. And he finally gave up. I was like, no, don't come in here. Again, he had to know. Like, what else would I be doing?
Shitting?
Yeah.
No, I'm blocking the door.
That's true.
He had to know, man.
I don't know. Maybe. Well,
Shaving
yeah,
your ball?
he
Maybe
to-
you're
he
shaving your
totally
ball
knew.
down.
Reasonable doubt there.
Because I was
Reasonable doubt.
thinking, like, if I ever have a son and they're in the bathroom for more than 15 minutes, it's just be like, hey, man, go to your room with that shit. Like,
I can't traumatize him, though.
Yes, you can.
This is a one bathroom house. I got to take a shit. Get out of here.
Yeah, I guess you can, but man.
I know. But then what? Then you're like sitting in the living room, say your bathroom's connected, and you're just sitting there with your lady watching TV, and you know your your son is just cranking it down, like pretending to take a shit. And what, you're just going to watch Terminator 2 like it's not happening? Like,
True. I don't know.
I think I could.
That walk of
Terminator 2 is a
shame.
good movie.
The walk of shame,
That's
though,
true.
after my bath was like the worst.
Yeah.
Because he knew, I knew, he knew.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just terrible. But I did place the porn back between two like baseball card magazines and go about my life.
Now, how long was it between that Jack and the next time you attempted that feat?
24 hours, of course. Yeah, the next night.
The next time, you know what? I'm going to try it again.
Lightning does not strike twice, okay? I will never get busted again.
Yeah.
I've had so many of those encounters. It's fucking insane. Like, my dad has caught me doing some stuff, and I've talked about most of it on this show, so. Do you get caught masturbating, or did you get caught masturbating as a
I did
child?
not.
Ever?
No, never.
Lucky.
I didn't
No.
either. It was just, I had some close calls, but like, I never did.
No.
It
Yeah.
sounds scary.
It's pretty boring.
Well, what
actually.
if
Fair
you
enough.
did and you didn't know? Like, you know, like in movies, like you'll see like somebody doing something and like the camera's on their face, and then behind you can see the door kind of crack open and the person hears them talking shit, but they don't know. How many times do you think your door was cracked and they saw and just didn't say anything, just go, oh, Jesus.
It's
Yeah.
possible.
Totally
Definitely
possible.
Yeah.
Just backed away slowly.
Yeah.
Let him have his space. This is his time.
I mean, what would you do if I had a child and I was like gonna open up the door? First, you'd knock,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like once your kid turns like 12,
You fucking
you
knock.
start knocking.
Once
Like,
they start shutting the door, I mean,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
shutting the door for a reason.
that's it. Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
want you in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure there's been many times that I've been almost caught or caught and didn't know it, you know. I got and I imagine nowadays like I'd have a VR headset on or something, so I'd be totally just like jacked in.
Oh, dude. I could not, fuck. If I was 14 today, there would be, and how affordable all those things are now. You can go buy a VR headset for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just,
You just be shooting.
yeah, and you
dude.
have no idea. The outside world is nothing to you.
Yeah.
So you could just be cranking like mad, and the door could be wide open, whole family just sitting there going,
But I think
those video
monster.
games.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Gonna get them.
Those damn video games.
Bad influence.
I think one of the reasons I turned out the way I did was because we grew up in this like AOL time.
oh yeah.
Like I used to spank it to text on a screen. Like that's and which isn't far removed from like
Chat room
a
porn.
mother flicking her bean to a romance novel.
Right.
You know, it's not that far removed, but
But it's people talking. Are you talking
it
about
was a
chat room?
40-year-old man on the other end, I'm
Pretending
sure.
to be somebody else, which I'm sure there was multiple times where I was just talking to some other dude. But when you're young, you don't think that, even though you could be lying to them. I lied on AOL a lot. I pretend.
What's your biggest lie on AOL?
So it
Let's
wasn't
hear it.
really. It was just okay. So there was multiple chat rooms on AOL. You can go in hometowns where you're not supposed to go because that's where everyone's whatever. But there are all these sub.
Well, there were two. Hold on. Let me interject here. There were two sides to the AOL chat room.
Yeah.
There were just the regular created by AOL.
Yeah.
And then there was the hometown, which is like the other side of the
Where,
tracks.
like, users create the chat rooms.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, for instance, the chat rooms made by AOL was like Oklahoma City
Yeah.
or like, OU Sooners or, a gathering place.
Generic-
a coffee shop.
yeah.
Like insert name here. Hometown AOL was like twink fuckers and like
Pretty much.
punk sluts
Yeah, there
and
was,
stuff like that.
SK8er skaters. There was like punk chat. There was all kinds of weird shit. And I can't remember what chat room I was in, but there was a bunch of fucking people in it. And I convinced this girl, it was probably a 45-year-old man trying to fuck somebody, that I was Daniel Johns from Silverchair. And she believed me. So much so, she sent me because you could do private chat and they would send you a thing. So I went and talked to her over here. With my limited knowledge of Silverchair, like there wasn't like Wikipedia. I could
Right.
just try to find all the things about them.
You had all your CDs out with like the liner notes.
No, I ran to my room and I grabbed I knew there was a hit parader where they did like an interview with them and it had like their stats in it. So like, okay, I have this basic information to work with.
I can just imagine you typing like, yeah, I'm Daniel Johns, 24 from Sydney, Australia. Started playing guitar when I was 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that shit. But she, it's probably like an hour into this fucking chat. she then asks, how long or when did I start Savage Garden? She thought I was Daniel Jones from Savage Garden. And then I go,
Handsome guy.
well, they're both from Australia.
Okay.
But I was like, the whole time, I'm like, I'm building this whole thing up. Like, I'm cool. Fucking cool, man. I'm pretending to be somebody else. And then I felt guilty. But then I kept trying it. And it's like, how far can I go with this? Just pull up other chats. Do it with other people. Like, ugh.
Mike, how old of a guy are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 35 years old.
Oh, sweet. In great company.
Right in the wheelhouse. Except, not Dylan.
Dylan's
baby boy over
our
here.
young whippersnapper. We're molding him into just this complete pervert, terrible person. I love it.
Oh. Yeah.
Did you ever impersonate someone online? Or, sub-question, did you ever meet someone online, like maybe a romantic interest that you met through chat or MySpace, Facebook, like, an e-blind date, if you will?
Or the Yahoo love connections or whatever they were.
You mean
Plenty of
misconnections on Craigslist?
No, like
I used to browse.
yeah.
I used to browse. I'm not going to lie.
No, Yahoo
gonna be the
Messenger.
one.
Yahoo
Yeah.
Messenger had this thing that was like a chat kind of a deal. You can like do dating shit. It's weird.
No, I didn't. But a couple of my friends like impersonated females and just would message me out of nowhere, and I kind of knew, but it was just like they're pretty good about
Crafty.
they're pretty good about keeping up the ruse. But no, my early online experiences were mostly in just video games, so there wasn't a lot of. You kind of knew there weren't a lot of females in that,
Yeah.
so. You were just talking to a bunch
If
of.
I was a dude trying to hook a young bull, I don't know what the fuck they would do.
Hook 'em?
Well, that's what I'd do, like a 45-year-old
Catfish.
snag him in, catfish him
There you
in.
go.
I wouldn't go to I guess a video game would be the best place to go. But
Yeah.
you would
Oh
pretend,
yeah,
all the boys are
absolutely.
there.
but you want to pretend to
Absolutely.
be a girl, but you wouldn't believe that a girl would be there because at the time, girls didn't play video games.
No, well, I will tell you, if you did that, people would have believed you. Some people would have.
Sure.
I'm, young skeptical mind here. I knew better,
Right.
at the time.
You didn't get catfish.
This is like 1996. It was like StarCraft was in its prime. Everybody was playing, like early internet days.
Yeah.
That's what
I
it was.
miss those days so much. I grew up on like Doom 2
Yeah.
or Quake and things like that. And man, like I still play games, computer games, video games. And I miss those early like peer-to-peer games or multiplayer games.
Hell yeah.
Where you really just had to make sure you had a good connection on your 56K modem and good times.
The best.
Good times. Now everything just seems so like I still play WoW and shit like that, but it's like it just seems so sterile and segmented and just like too good.
Yeah.
I miss shitty
Polished.
computers. Yeah.
Yeah. When I first moved to Oklahoma City, I got like this old shitty computer and I got StarCraft 2 for it. And it was
That game came out like not that long
not
ago.
StarCraft 2. I got the first StarCraft, and then I also got the old like Warcraft box set.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
Like
like,
the
this,
Burning Crusade and an original WoW in it.
no.
Oh,
with,
like Warcraft. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, this computer sucks, but so do these games. I'm gonna play these games, and I played Warcraft like the first one for a minute. I was like, dude, this rules. Like the graphics, shit, but this gameplay also bad, but it's still really fun.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like getting wowed, no pun intended, by like a new game. At the time, like I got way into. Did you ever play any like Star Wars games, like Jedi Knight?
dude,
When it
Jedi
came out?
Knight.
Mm-hmm.
At the
Fuego.
time, you're like, "Fuck, it looks so real." And you go and play it now, and the gameplay's real choppy and shitty.
I love that game still.
But that's the first game that got me into those kind of games. I play like, your whatever's on a console. I never played PC
Like your
games at
Mario
all.
Kart.
Yeah.
Things like that.
But my buddy, my boy Bronson, he was a kind of a computer nerd, and he played all the games he played on were PC only. And we played Jedi Knight till fucking forever. I was like, this is so much fun. But you'd use the keyboard, and yeah, it was, maybe there's something about the shittiness that connected you more to it? I don't know.
There's some struggle of like even installing games back then. It was like you had to have all the floppies or maybe the CDs, and you had to make sure it was just right, and you had to put the I remember when I installed WoW for the first time, it like 5 discs, took fucking forever. I had high speed internet, but it wasn't what it is now. Right. So the patch just took forever, and now they download in like 2 minutes, which that's great. Like it gets me back to the game,
Well, you were saying you got Red Dead Redemption.
I did.
And it took a while. You have to like when you told me like, I've got to download the game.
You had to install it. It's the first PS4 game that I know of that was on 2 discs.
Yeah, it's so like the biggest download.
Yeah, it's an install disc and a play disc. It's like 110 gig.
Well, it's a super popular. Like it dropped this past weekend, and it was huge, like massive. But my mind, when you said that, I had to install it and it was 2 discs, I'm like, it's got to be mostly late 20s to like early up buying this game. It's not young kids. They're not gonna install shit. They don't have time for that.
They have to.
If they want to play. It was the number, from what I read today, it's the top selling release period game of all time.
When was the first one released?
2010, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went, speaking of, I had it pre-ordered at GameStop about 1.5 miles from my house. And we're off work on Fridays. So Thursday night, they were releasing it at 9 p.m. And I was like, fuck yeah, I don't got to work tomorrow. And my dumb ass was like, I'm just going to walk in there at 9 and go get it. My $5 is on Red Dead. I pull up at about 8:50 to a line of like 250 people out the door around the building. There were people dressed up. There were tents set up. There were like those like fold up game day chairs or whatever, all that shit. And my ass thought I was just going to walk in and be like, I'm here for the pre-release. So I asked a GameStop employee, I was like, hey, how does this go down? As soon as I could make it. She said, well, you're going to have to take a number, and then you'll just get in line and we'll call the numbers. Right now, you are 260th in line.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, you know what? As much as I wanted to install this tonight so I could play it all day tomorrow, I'll just come back tomorrow. All these fools will be at work. I'm off. No big deal. So I'm pulling out, and there's a Best Buy across the street. And I thought, and I looked at my watch. It was like 8:55. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to pop in there just to try my luck. So I go in. I see a line of about, let's say, 20 people. I ask a Best Buy employee, I'm like, hey, you got any extras? Or first I ask, are you doing a pre-sale? I'm like, yeah, we're doing it at 9 p.m. I'm looking at my watch. It's like 8:56. I'm like, ooh. I was like, you got any extras? And he was like, we might have a couple. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try my luck. So I get in the back of this line of 20 people, wait about 4 minutes. Dude comes out and he's like, all right, we're going to start the pre-sale now. Pre-orders in this line, non-pre-orders in this line. I'm the only person that didn't pre-order it in line. There was a dude in front of me that said he'd been there since like 5.
Wow.
So I walk up. The 2 lines are right next to each other, like 2 registers. Mm. The dude that's in the very front of the line that's been there since like 5, he walks up. He has to give his name. They have to look him up in the computer. I walk right up, just point to it. I need one of those, PS4. I'm the first person out the door with the game. It was a total like Larry David moment from like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Getting fuck you looks like, what the fuck? Who does this guy think he is? Just traipsing in here and waiting 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I turn around on my way out and I'm like, hey, thanks, guys. See ya.
Oh my.
Yeah. Red Dead, baby.
It would have been funny if you would have been like, can I get the Redemption? I don't know what the game is. I heard about it.
Yeah.
It's like a total dick.
I felt so good and so bad at the same time, though. So I get home, I get it installed, and I play a little bit before bed. The next morning, I wake up, and I have that, like, kid on Christmas feeling. Dude, I was so fucking jazzed. I woke up at 5 in the morning and started playing Red Dead.
I'm going to ask you this. Did you find it hard to fall asleep?
No,
it wasn't like that. Like on Christmas Eve when you're a kid, like, I can't sleep.
Yeah.
I can't sleep.
No,
I know I got this thing.
No, I'm old now. So I just,
love that sleep.
But yeah, I got up and played all day Friday. I was feeling a little under the weather, so it was just the perfect excuse to just stay in and play a video game. Are you a gamer?
I am, yes.
What's your game preference?
These days, I mostly just play fighting games. Actually, I just found those to be
What's
fun.
what's your go-to fighting game?
Well, these days it's Tekken 7 and the Dragon Ball Fighters.
I didn't know
which
they
is like
had
the current.
that many Tekken games.
Yes, they
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I stopped at Tekken 2, so that's about where I.
Well, you missed out. 3 is the best.
Is it?
Oh yeah,
I
the
played
soundtrack is killer.
I played a little Tekken back in the day. I loved those like those polygon kind of 3D fighters. I was a Street Fighter kid as a boy, but I did like Tekken a lot. I liked Soul Calibur 2.
Soul Calibur 6 just came out like
6?
last week. Yeah.
Well,
Looks incredible.
all of the awesome like customized characters.
Yeah,
everyone's
that is
making.
the best part.
Oh my god, one of my favorite ones I saw yesterday, and it was the pistachio, and someone made a pistachio nut character. Like
it's that deep.
it's yeah. I mean,
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's like you can change the colors of everything. So I'm assuming what it was like somebody got like a shell. And they just got 2 of them and put one on the front and one on the back, and colored it to look like a pistachio. And then the arms and legs are green. And you can't see the head, and it looks like an open pistachio nut.
Okay, as cool as that is, do you really want to fight Mr. Peanut when you're playing a brand new fighting game?
I mean, I don't. I would
How
make that.
high am I? Right? Like I'm like fucking.
After you beat him, can you eat him?
But
That's what I want to know.
what is cool though
That's what I
is
wanna know.
everyone's characters that they make from other games. Like I
Yeah.
love seeing that. Like people that put in like so much detail
Yeah,
into.
it's
characters from
crazy
other
how
games. Yeah.
long people spend on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like creating characters?
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
it is like the deepest thing. You can change every little bit of color. You can change the
See,
textures.
I would
It's crazy.
I would be
That's
into that,
nuts.
but I would probably be that dude that spends all the time creating a character, and by the time the game starts, like I'm done. I wanted to play dress up with this thing. I wanted to make this person.
Like you get so into the character creation that you'd be like, "Is this the game? This is fun."
Ooh, character creator! I love that game.
Now I gotta fight. But you know what? I'm the same
gotta
way though.
fight
Like if I play like a Skyrim-esque game or any game that has like somewhat deep character creation, I find myself just poring over the details, and then of course the second guessing comes next.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm given a choice, like with WoW, for example, it's like, should I have rolled a druid or a hunter? Oh, I'm going to go with the hunter. I should have rolled a druid. So then you have all the alts. And you never really get deep into the end game. Like with Skyrim. Like I never beat Skyrim.
Really?
Yeah, I kept starting over. Like I want to be big, burly, sword swingy guy. No, I want to be like thief. No, I want to be mage or whatever. And
Classic Robbie Reese.
I did play Skyrim like 2 days ago, so I play that too from time to time. That's just like a game where I can just run around. I don't need to like, I'm pretty busy most of the time, so I don't have a ton of time.
Yeah.
If I want to just sit down for an hour and just run around in Skyrim, that's kind of fun, actually.
Are you a PC or console?
I have that for console, actually, a PS3. So,
Word.
yeah,
I
not too
haven't
bad.
played Skyrim in a minute. Not. Maybe I'll
It's
create
a good
new
one.
character.
It's a
tonight.
good one.
I am
but-
not familiar.
I am so deep in Red Dead.
Oh yeah,
And
that's a great one.
It's a great game. However, I read some reviews, some spoiler-free reviews, and I'm going to be honest. Like as beautiful as it is, and as massive and vast as it is, there are parts about it that kind of suck. Like I read somebody, I forget who said it, but somebody said like, "This is the most beautiful game I haven't had fun in."
Oh wow.
Because there's like you have to like do so much stuff, like eat. And like, just like, just for example, eat or whatever. And she's like, no, I just want to go pow, 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 and shoot people and rob trains and all that shit.
So is it the game that it's so lifelike that if your character doesn't eat, he dies?
He doesn't die, but like that you eat to like get health and you have to rest.
And stamina, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds boring as fuck. Hey, eat. So he's like, sit down at a table. Oh, you mean this thing I could be doing right now in real life?
Well, you don't have to like sit down at a
No,
table
there's
and
like
do it.
There's like
Like,
canned
No,
peaches
dude.
and stuff
No,
that
yeah.
you eat in the game.
It's got to be real time. I want it real time.
All right, pull out your fork. Okay. No, it is. Having said all that, I'm having a great time. It is a good game, but I can see the cracks. Like, for instance, the physics of the horse suck. I don't know how many times I've hit a fucking pebble and just went flying over the front of the horse, fallen off a cliff. Or like you're walking through town, you're on your way to the saloon, pilgrim, and you bump into somebody and then you have to kill them. And then you have a bounty on your head and then you have to reload your game that you saved 2 hours ago because you're an idiot and might have been stoned and forgot. So,
Well, you also have to think too, though. Like I totally like. I mean, I've only watched you play, and the way that game is, like how big it is and how much time that they put into it, like I'm sure they'll patch it next week.
Oh yeah,
and fix some stuff. And Rockstar is really good about that too. Like I've never. I mean, that's the cool thing about them is they don't charge for anything. They like, oh, you gave us $60 once. Like, okay, we're gonna continue to make stuff for this game, like forever. I think with Grand Theft Auto 5, they came out with a new DLC the week before Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. And it's always been free. Like, they don't charge for any of that stuff. Like,
and that shit is fun. Like, I don't know if you guys ever played GTA Online.
GTA 5 is
Online.
Great.
It is fucking, it's so much
good,
fun. Especially when you play with some friends.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that to me, like, at pretty much any multiplayer game, like, I can't get on a Call of Duty and have fun because I'm going to get creamed by little racist 14-year-olds, you know?
Now, when you say multiplayer, do you mean like put on headsets and play from your own home?
Yeah.
God, that sounds fun.
So, like, let's say you had a PS4. I had a PS4. Everybody at the table had you get a PS4. You get a PS4. And we would all log in. We'd have our headsets with microphones. We'd be in a squad. We'd be a bunch of cowboys. And we would like fight another group of 4 cowboys. And it's like team, deathmatch, shoot 'em up. It's a fucking blast.
See, that sounds like fun. I think of
Get
those
a
things,
video game system.
But here's the thing.
Come on, Josh.
When do I got the time?
You have time.
I got 2 jobs. I got 2 turntables and a microphone.
You can make time.
You got to make time. I got
for
a
the
wife.
things you want to do.
That is true.
Well, get rid of her. Get a PS4.
Hey, honey, listen. I think we should get a divorce. I love you. I would love to be with you, but apparently I have to play Red Dead Redemption.
Honey, I know I said forever, but Red Dead 2 just came out, and can we pause this?
No,
for
here's the
6 to 8 months.
The house that I'm moving in, I'm no longer going to have a place for a jam room recording space, so that took up a lot of free time. So I'll just get a video game system and just not make music anymore.
Get a Switch. Get a Switch.
Oh, I want a Switch real bad.
They're fun.
Can you do the multiplayer shit on a Switch?
Oh,
too?
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
there's not a single console anymore that you can't like.
Yeah.
Almost
But
every single game ever. Too
We would all
has
have
it.
to have the same game system in order to play a game.
Yeah.
Most of the
yeah.
time.
But the cool thing about the Switch is, like, since it's made by Nintendo, and Nintendo has like always been like all about couch co-op and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really, one house needs one Switch, no matter how many people live there, because like you can just plug in 4 controllers and probably all play online. Like, I don't know, Nintendo's like really good about that, whereas other like Xbox and PlayStation, they just don't really like. They want you to go and play online and by yourself in your dark room.
It feels like Nintendo's always been the company that's based their shit on like family play, like getting the entire family together to do shit.
Yeah.
Like when the first Nintendo dropped, Super Mario Brothers, my mom beat Super Mario before any of us in the house did, but we would sit as a family. We'd all
put her foot down. All right, I'm the best. I'm the best.
No, she would we would go to bed. Like, she didn't have a job. She was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
So
You're just writhing around on the floor masturbating while mom's jumping
coming
over
all over that
Bowser.
Berber carpet. And she would just, when we go to bed, she'd turn the game on and just play it all night. And then she'd beat him. Like, cool, don't tell me how. She beat the second one before any of us did too.
See, I think that would be one of the coolest things about having a kid. Like, you know,
smash them at video games.
no, just like having an excuse to buy video games. Like, yeah, I better get that new Mario. The kid wants it. I'm going to be playing at night when the kid goes to bed.
Yeah.
Has
Sounds like
the new Smash Brothers dropped yet?
comes out soon.
December 4th, I want to say.
I'm
That's when it
excited
comes
about
out.
that.
December
Maybe I'll get a
12th.
Switch for that one.
It'll be my first Smash Brothers ever. I've never played it. I've never even played it before.
Really?
Not even for 1 second.
Wow.
Dude, Smash Brothers
It's fun.
it's the funnest like party game. Like, you and a couple of dudes get together and just
Especially if you're in the same room. Yeah, you can talk shit.
whip the
you know?
shit out of each other.
Nice.
I'll have
It's
to.
great.
We have it. I need to bring it in the house because I have my GameCube. I have Melee, and we'll play it sometime.
Oh,
That's
dude.
the one.
We should have. God, I have 4 controllers. We should have plugged it in for this.
Dude, we could just
episode.
keep
should
it
just be
right
playing
here.
right now.
Yeah, we should just,
Yo,
like-
all right.
You know, we could
That'd
totally
be the
do like
most boring podcast ever.
Well, we could do like a Twitch
stream,
Yeah, where boys play a video game. You can have me play a new one, or
I was
really,
gonna say, I want Grandpa.
dude, put me on a
to play
game
Red
that
Dead.
is hard to play, and I'll be angry the whole time.
I have a Switch, and my girlfriend is a little bit younger than I am, and she had never played Super Mario Brothers before.
my
So they have all
gosh.
the classic games on there now. And one night I had her play Super Mario Brothers for my enjoyment. And it was the funniest fucking thing because it's like deceptively simple compared to games now.
And
And
it's
it
just
was
like 2 buttons, right?
yeah. Like, and she literally, like, the very
Eight.
first, like,
Yeah.
do, here comes the Goomba, jumps right into it, dies. And then first gap in the ground, jumps right into it, dies. I loved it.
Didn't we all do that though? I mean,
Because you
for
didn't
sure.
know. Like, I mean, you could read the manual, but who fucking reads the goddamn manual? You don't.
No
You just
one.
you start
No.
playing. So you don't know if that Goomba's a good guy or a bad guy because they purposely did it that way.
You jump on his head.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like it's menacing
No.
It's a
it was like
fucking-
the head of a penis walking around.
Yeah.
with shoes.
You'd probably just put it in your mouth.
Put 'em in my mouth.
So you play bass in the Nghiems.
I do. Yes.
How long have you been involved with the Nghiems?
Since 2015,
Oh, so
like
for a
February
while.
2015. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And the new album, Soulmatic,
Yes.
just dropped. You got a video coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
When this comes out, it will be 2 days previous. So we're kind of
Okay.
time traveling right now.
That's okay. Yeah.
And you have a show coming up.
Yeah, we're playing at the Speakeasy next Tuesday for Carrie Hicks watch party.
Nice.
Kind of an election thing.
Political.
Yeah, that was the other guys. The Hicks family are friends.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Spencer's a former guest, future guest, good guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Wonderful guy.
Yeah.
Carrie's a wonderful lady.
Appears
Guess what?
she is as well. Yeah.
She has my vote.
There you go.
She's also hot. Let's just be honest, right? Spencer, you got a nice looking wife. I hugged her a little too long last time I saw her. No, I did. I've never hugged her.
Little squeeze. Get that.
Yet. You got my vote. But yeah, so that's great.
Yeah.
And you have a video premiere?
That is tomorrow. I don't know exactly what platforms we're going to be releasing on. I know YouTube for sure.
Okay.
There's a Nghiems YouTube channel. And yeah, it's going to be pretty good. A lot of people worked very hard on it. So
By the time this episode drops, this will drop on a Friday. It'll be out, ready for you to
yeah,
check out.
We'll throw a
Yeah,
clip
cool,
up or
yeah.
something, man.
And
for
it's
sure.
awesome. And Mike, I know that you
Dylan's in the
guys-
video, by the way.
I am.
This guy.
I'm in the video.
Yeah.
But you did. It's. I don't know. You've had trailers for it,
Yes.
so everyone knows that it's animated, which
Correct,
is
yeah.
rad. And you actually did all the models for everybody,
I did.
which was so cool. I mean, I used to be in the Nghiems. I'm not anymore. And I remember at practice and everything, you would show up with a new model of someone, and it was so neat.
You talking like a 3-dimensional model?
Well,
No, 2D.
Yeah.
2D drawing,
Okay.
character animated.
I was gonna say that'd be fucking dope. Like, hey man, I made an action figure for you.
it was still really.
I mean, kind of.
cool.
That's kind of what it was.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, way to say he's not very good. Like, hey,
I'm not
man,
saying that. No.
did you make a virtual reality for the whole world?
When we saying model, my brain is just going to that, like
Right.
a McFarlane toy. Like, isn't that like every boy's dream to be an action figure?
yeah,
show
I mean,
you. That'd be
yeah.
fun.
Absolutely.
Cool
It's-
as shit.
It's really cool when you see yourself as a cartoon though, because it's right underneath action figure. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, this is me animated. Super cool.
Yeah, the reason we're saying models is the way they had to animate it. They used a program that uses vector art, so I had to draw it all vector, and then that way they could animate all the
Move,
parts,
yeah.
all the arms and legs and
What do
things.
you know what the program was called? Just out of curiosity, I know it's boring, but I just want to know.
I actually do not know
Okay.
which program they use. I'm assuming it might be that Adobe. What is it called? It's one of their newer programs that does 2D animation.
Awesome.
They use skeletons and stuff. But it's CVW Media and Norman. They're the ones that we had animated, and
Nice.
it looks like they've done a fantastic job. So
what did you do before the Nghiems? So you play bass in the Nghiems. Did you have any band experience
Yeah.
before the Nghiems?
Oh yeah,
Let's go back in time.
Sure,
a bit.
yeah. So the first band I was ever in was called Someday. That was in high school. Do you remember this, Josh? I don't know.
I remember the band Someday.
Yeah, we were. This was early 2000s, 2001, 2002.
For sure.
Our claim to fame is we played with Hinder before Hinder was big.
Hell yeah,
What?
dude.
They were very nice, actually, to us.
You still getting checks?
No, but they did pay us very well for just a bunch of 17-year-old kids. Just
That did you feel on top of the world that night? Like, this is fucking awesome. I
Well-
can get used to this.
that was good, but it was at the Blue Note, and that was the first time I had ever been in the Blue Note.
Oh, that was the shitty stage of Blue Note days. When
Yes,
it was like a
correct.
Little,
Yeah.
And there was so much smoke in the Blue Note. And I'm not a smoker, and I wasn't back then either. It just, my eyes were just like closed, like, because
Yeah, it's too
they were
much.
swollen, or but it ended up being a great night. The crowd really liked us. So anyway, that was someday back then. And then I was in a band called Rubbish with Ricky Salthouse from, most famously around Oklahoma City, is in the My So-Called Band, the 90s band.
He's also in the Anniversary.
He is an Anniversary, and a couple, like Josh Bowringer band with Josh. But yeah, after that we formed a band called The Work Week with Carly.
Yep.
So I was in that for a little while. That was a lot of fun. Love those guys.
And Jason was in that too, right?
Jason was the drummer.
Yeah.
Yes, Jason Salthouse. That was a fun band to be into. We had a great sound. But yeah, after that, just the Nghiems. I took a little break. James Nim moved back from LA and was just like, "Hey, you want to play bass in the Nghiems?" I was like, "All right." So,
Did you know James before he moved? Like,
yeah, what's funny about that? I had just started hanging out with James like right before he moved to LA.
Oh,
so
really?
I only knew him for maybe a month or two.
right?
I knew a bunch of people that knew him very well.
Like you knew of?
Yeah,
James?
I knew of him, and I
Yeah.
saw his like comedy, back in, I don't even know, 2010 or something, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Thought he was hilarious, but I just didn't know him until right before he moved. And I remember one of the last times we hung out before he left, we were at like an IHOP at like 3 a.m., but that pretty much describes our friendship now too.
Yeah.
So, nothing's changed.
James does seem like the kind of boy you would be at IHOP at 3 a.m. with.
Yeah,
Just
he loves
talking
it.
about.
I love it too.
With random shit. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
No,
James is great.
That's my favorite part about him and his brother, especially, is I can just talk to those guys like for hours.
Yeah.
Like after practice,
Yeah.
I would just sit there, and I still do. I still
And
sit
eat
there.
dope food too, right?
Oh my god,
Dude,
the food!
I'd talk those boys up. Dude, David, can we talk about his food for like 5 seconds?
Yes, we can.
It's so good. Everything he has ever made for me
Yeah,
is just like,
it's amazing.
what? Like, you're just gonna give me this? Like,
Yeah.
It's not. Oh my god, his sandwiches.
Yeah, he makes banh mi's a lot
Oh, I love
for
banh
every
mi.
practice.
So would you say every little thing he does is magic?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Well, he can make good food. He's a hell of a songwriter.
yeah,
He is a hell of a songwriter too.
I love his voice.
yeah. He's got
I
a
love his
great
singing
voice.
He's one of the nicest people walking this earth too. So
Beautiful soul.
He's a sweetheart. There was one time. I don't know that I've talked about this on the podcast before. I know
Dylan's tearing up here.
I am. James posted a picture of David's sandwiches on Instagram once, and I was just like, God damn it. I want one of these so bad. David texted me 5 minutes afterwards, and he was just like, hey, man, where are you at? And I was like, I'm at my house in Bethany. Why? And he was just like, I'll be there in 15 minutes. And he drove to my house and gave me a sandwich. And I was just like, David,
Sounds like him.
my God, are you joking?
Hell of a guy.
That's an angel among us. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. And then he just like kicked around the house and we talked for like 30, 35 minutes, like just about what's going on with the Nghiems. It was just great. Like, it was so cool.
Good stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. boyspodcast.com. It's a hub of all things boys. There you will find links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more. boyspodcast.com.
Boys is available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Once you're there, rate, review, subscribe. Head back on over to boyspodcast.com. Click on that golden donate button at the bottom of the page. We'd really appreciate it.
Email us at boyspodcast.com. Shoot us a little feedback, and we'll send you some free stickers.
Thank you to our sponsors, Anthem Brewing, back and better than ever, maker of high-quality beer for your mouth. AnthemBrewing.com. Also, FatBison.com. A man, a plank of wood, and a plan. He's got you covered.
3 Ps. a plan, a plank, and a person.
And a plan? That's whatever. He carves shit into wood. Go look it up. Fatbison.com. Great guy.
For your eyes.
For your eyes, for your
hands,
nose, for your hands, for your home.
I do love the smell of good wood, and he's got a great smelling wood.
Lastly, Champion Vintage. Do you like vintage? Are you a champion? Do you have Instagram? Look him up. Champion Vintage OKC.
Lastly, thank you for the donations, the feedback, the love. Where is the love? You guys have the love for us. We have the love for you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get back to the show.
Welcome back to Boys. Again, we're here with Mike Allen from the Nghiems.
Hello.
Artiste. Art show coordinator. Co-coordinator.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you get into that, man? Because that seems like kind of, I don't know, a different type of thing, you know?
Yeah, and that's actually how it started was, James had moved back from LA, asked me to be in the Nghiems. I think that very same conversation, we were like talking about Street Fighter or something, because we talk about Street Fighter. And he was just like, he told the story of how he went to a Ninja Turtles art show in LA, and he thought it was like the coolest thing. He was like, why don't we have that in OKC? You know, it seems like people here would love something like that. So we were talking about Street Fighter, and we were like, what if we just asked the Speakeasy owners if we could just hook up a bunch of video game consoles upstairs and just invite a bunch of people and maybe hang some art, you know? And that's pretty much how it started. We made that event, went through with everything, and a bunch of people showed up, a bunch of people. So that's how it took off from there. Our next one after that was Wes Anderson. And that is the one where it was like, you know, they had like 1,000 people, 1,300 people through the door. You know,
yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never
it was
underestimate
crazy.
the power of Wes Anderson, man.
I had no idea. Yeah. Like that night, I was going to dress up as Fantastic Mr. Fox. And so we set up for the show, and it was about 7:00. I went home to change. I got back at like 7:30, 7:45, and it was just packed full of people. Like I couldn't even walk. Like, you know, your arms are at your side doing a little wiggle thing.
Kind of like what Josh did on the carpet.
On the carpet, yeah.
So many years ago.
The visual is just...
It's emblazoned.
No, I worked there, and that night, every time there's an art show, I always have to find another means of parking. I think this Saturday, I will probably Uber to work just to avoid, because it's crazy. If you're gonna go, get there early. It says 6:30. Get there at 6, 5.
Yeah.
Like, have an early dinner. Be an old person.
No, yeah. At our last show in, what was that, February or March, that people like complained on our Facebook page about like parking. Like they were like, I can't find a parking space. Screw this show.
The bar has an entire back parking lot. There's a bank now that has a parking lot you can use. I wouldn't really park over at the AA place because.
Yeah.
I went to the Tarantino one.
Did you? Okay.
And yeah, that one was incredible. I mean, there was like, you know, there's the whole gamut of art there. There's like, you know, simple stuff. And then there's very ornate, like beautiful, high art. Is that a thing?
Yes.
High art. Okay.
Yeah. There's everything from like
highbrow, lowbrow,
from small sketches
mid-brow,
to like big multimedia things. Like it's a really cool event. And yeah, people dress up a lot.
Yes.
Cool.
We encourage that. That brings up another point about why we have these shows is, so I come from the OU art school, and they kind of, you know, when they send you on your way, they're like teaching you how to like get into galleries, show your work, you know, make money or whatever. But a lot of people, you know, if you're just starting out, you want to be encouraged to make art, you know,
right.
You have no way of ever showing your art to anybody in public or selling it for that matter. Not in Oklahoma City anyway. So that was one thing we kind of set out to do was, hey, if you're a new artist, you know, submit. And then we'll hang it, you know, sell it. You get the money. We donate a little bit to charity. And so we have a gamut of inexperienced artists, experienced artists. You know? So you're going to see a lot of different things.
Yeah.
It's got a real kind of like punk rock ethos to it of you know, you kind of want, I don't want to say amateur artists, but yeah, like if you're a new artist or you're just an artist who doesn't do it for a living, but you know, you want to get your shit out there, get it be seen. I bought so many pieces of art from people from those shows, and then you go out and then you'll see their shit at other art shows. It's kind of a it's kind of a there's a few of them around art shows, not themed art shows like the one that you guys do, but I think it kind of gets artists kind of out of their shell, so to speak, to be like,
back to the Ninja Turtle thing, huh?
Yeah.
Of course,
Nice.
always comes back to it.
Back to you know, it's just to do. It's like being a band. Like you play with your friends in a garage, and you in your head you think you're the shit, but you don't have the balls to book a show or even know how to book a show. And then you find it's like a stepping stone of getting yourself out there, and yeah, I'm hoping that what this does is like a springboard to like get all these artists' names out, because there's some really cool shit at these shows.
Yeah, and that's the thing about being a younger person and a young artist. Like when I was younger, you know, you don't want to like shit on those people. You want to encourage them, you know.
For sure.
You enter this phase where it's like you could go either way, where you could just, if someone like says something bad, you're gonna quit, like, you know what I mean? And so
you're fragile as fuck at that point.
Yeah. I mean, these people need encouragement, you know, and that's what we try to do too. You know, it's not about critiquing like your piece. It's about saying, hey, yeah, you can do this, you know.
Yeah,
you're good enough to show in a gallery.
Yeah, we got a spot on the wall for you.
Yeah, well, not quite that.
I'll even hang it.
Yeah,
I'll hang it for you.
Now we print up nice title cards and everything. You know?
It looks legit.
Yeah.
Like this isn't some back alley.
No, absolutely not.
Shifty, no good art show. This is a high quality show.
It's a good show.
James and I can be that way sometimes. You know, shifty and back alley, but you know,
yeah, he takes his
not
cut,
not at these
you know?
things. You know,
Yeah, right.
So I met you through a job. So at the Century Martial Arts. When did you start working there?
I started working there June of 2007. So I worked there. I still work there. So I've worked there for 11 years. Yeah.
Okay, so you were there just a little before I started there.
Right.
That's one of my probably now 53 or 54 jobs.
Yes.
So I started there, and I would have stayed there if circumstances would have been different. I probably would still be working at that place. So do you still doing the t-shirt? You did like t-shirt stuff there.
That's what I was doing. That's what I got hired for. I do a little bit different stuff now.
Get people starting in as doing t-shirt stuff?
Yeah, just basic screen printing, things like that. I mean, if you're working with the department we worked in, but you can kind of branch out from there. So, you know, through that job, I've learned a lot of different things. I learned how to sew, sew clothes. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But now I do a bit more like graphic design and like this process called sublimation. It's like a printing process, like a fabric dyeing process. So
are you still in that building or in a different area?
Same building. I'm actually working in the room I think you worked in when you were there.
Yeah, when I was there, it was just me and one other person, and we did banner printing. We printed up banners, which
I'm in that room.
That's cool, but
my office.
I felt like I was getting high, like just like a lot of ink smell.
A lot of chemicals around that place. No one ever gets sick, you know, because no germs.
They're just
no
mutants.
Yeah, that's right.
Bringing it back to the Ninja Turtle thing.
Yeah, a lot of printing and a lot of grommet punching. I remember that. It was a lot of.
I still do that. Yeah, I still do the grommets. Yeah.
Speaking of, when I was a kid, I took karate lessons, and I got up pretty high. I wasn't like a real ass kicker or anything, but like I was no longer a nerd.
Well, that's the highest level of karate, right? Ass kicker.
Yeah.
You could write those rank.
I think I was like a brown belt, whatever that means, because I know in different
that's pretty good
sects of martial arts, there's different color belts. You know, like we never had a blue belt, but I've heard of blue belt in other sects of martial arts. And I remember getting a Century catalog because you know they made all the pads, like whether it was the pads that you like hold to kick and punch, or like the like the dope ass, like it was always bright red or bright blue. You know, like I don't even know what you call those now, like
a hand target kind of thing, or like
I'm talking like what you would wear, like if you're sparring.
Oh, like just some spar gear.
Okay, yeah. like the knee pads, like shin guards, like all that shit.
Yeah.
And I used to want that stuff so bad, so I went to a place called Haggerty's in Midwest City, and it was like it was so weird because it was probably in the late 80s, early 90s, and it was like your classic like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. Like, yeah, I used to be a world champion, and now I'm teaching kids how to breathe correctly and count to 10 in Japanese. You know, it was awesome though, man. I went with my dad, and you talk about a fucking father-son bonding experience. Kids, I know you're listening. Take karate with your dad. It was the coolest shit ever.
Your dad took it with you?
Yeah, dude, and it was dope.
I feel like there was a martial arts boom in like the late 80s.
Totally was. Do you remember
Absolutely.
like Ninja magazine?
Yeah.
Shit like that. That stuff was so magical to me as a kid. And I always wanted, I wanted like the bright blue or the bright red pads because I wanted to look like Ryu. You know?
Oh yeah.
And like I wanted to like cut the sleeves off my gi.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Hell
I
yeah.
got the Century catalog too, but I was trying to find a helmet to look like Gambit.
Hell yeah.
But they had those like
Yeah.
Did you have to-
Goes around.
I wanted a gi really fucking I wanted to take martial arts, but my parents wouldn't sign me up because they're cheap and they thought I would probably just flake out, which I probably would have.
Yeah. Just back to wiggling on the carpet.
we saw him
That's
move.
how he exercises.
But
Take
I still think the ninja shoes, that's what they're called, right?
Sure. The Ninja Turtle
the
shoes.
split?
Yeah.
The black-
Oh yeah.
Oh, those are so cool. I still think those are cool.
But very uncomfortable.
oh, yeah.
I've tried some on.
Yeah, it's just like bamboo or whatever on the bottom. I don't
It's
know.
terrible. It's terrible.
Ain't good.
I had like, because you got like your standard issue white gi, which you paid for along with your membership. But as I climbed the ranks, you could like order new stuff, and I had one that had a dragon on the back.
Fuck yeah!
And I
dude.
mean, it was like a beautiful embroidered dragon on the back of this black gi. And boy, did I just think I was the Karate Kid. Oh man! And then I got kicked in the nuts during sparring once, and I was wearing a cup, but it's still. I mean,
Yeah.
you take a kick.
Cups only do so much.
No.
I mean, the cup's still hitting you.
It's just the bruise ring
Yeah,
around
they
your
could've-
tiny
the
scrotum.
cups just protect your balls from exploding. That's
Yeah, dude. I got a straight kick to the cup. I was probably 12. And, you know, they were just dropping at that point.
Right.
And I literally had a cup-shaped bruise around my junk. You know, it was terrible. And I think I quit shortly after that. I was like, oh, shit's getting real.
No more.
I need these. I need these. you know?
nuts. So, were you into martial arts? Is that how you started the job, or was it just an opening that just was there?
It was an opening.
Yeah, that
and
was
I
kinda my
still
thing,
don't
too.
do any martial arts, but you know, I'm friends with a lot of martial artists now.
Yeah.
And you know, they're kind of a lot of them are pretty chill. Like they kind of are on a nice
Yeah.
level. You know,
I remember
it's like
when
a lifestyle.
what's the dude's name who fucking runs the MMA? What's his name?
Dana White.
Dana White came into the Century when
He
I
did,
worked there.
yeah.
He came to my office and I met him. I was like, oh, cool guy. He's really intimidating.
Is he very
Yeah.
red? He seems
Very
like to be
red.
like red in
Very
person.
red.
Yeah.
Sweaty.
and he kind of looks out of shape.
Yeah, he's a little bigger. He's a little bigger.
He looked to me like a dude who's really like to drink beer.
Well, he's like one of those classic like dudes that probably used to be super cut, and then now he's got like that layer over it, which, you know,
yeah.
he could kick my ass.
Oh
Like,
yeah, Dana White, if you're listening.
I'm only a brown belt. Okay.
A barrel-chested bruiser guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
Hard to bring down. Hard
I'm
to bring
a
down.
25-year removed brown belt with the training wheels. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't fight. I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm a lover.
He owns MMA, and someone's just like, I'll beat your ass. Like, dude, he's got like 50 dudes that could kill you.
Yeah.
With like
Yeah.
a punch.
Like, listen here, you fat fuck.
Yeah.
Like, no way.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
and then he punches your face into the ground. Like, oh my gosh.
I don't know, man. Like I really, I don't want to say I missed that time, but there was something about, maybe it was just like, it was the right place, right time. Like having that kind of like energy of like being, what would I have been in the late, like 10 to 13 in the late 80s, early 90s. And having martial arts be such a big thing. I think it was probably good that was popular then. Cause at the time you're just a melting pot of like feelings and emotions and shit. I think that was a good outlet. But for me, see, you went to an actual class and learned skills. I just went out to back and doing fucking roundhouse kick on the tree.
Right.
And
dude.
properly injuring myself.
Proper white trash, you know? Yeah.
Just like
Wiggling around.
with my dad's robe on, thinking I'm Highlander, doing spin kicks and
like,
shit.
Yeah, like punching lattice board, you know?
I
Yeah.
don't know how many fucking lattice boards I chop in half, thinking I knew what I was doing.
Tell you, they're right back in the house to jack off in front of mom.
That's my life.
that was a huge thing, karate for me. And I look back and I wish I would have stuck with it. Cause like it was a great exercise. It taught you like discipline, self-control. And I mean, I'm to that age now though, where I'm like, I'm just a little too old and a little too out of shape. Like I take another kick to the midsection, I would probably die. There ain't no amount of century padding, no offense, that would save me from being cut in half by a swift roundhouse.
And I could see you taking lessons, but then you get like full head to toe. You're just like a walking.
I come in with a sumo suit on.
It's like, all right, let's do this.
It was magical. And the thing that was crazy about it though was, so we'd go and the classes were at night. I had school during the day. My dad had work. He'd pick me up from school. I'd have my gi in my backpack and I'd go, and it was so magical and great. But like in the fall and winter, it would like get real steamy in there because it was cold outside. Like the front window would just be like fog, and like water dripping down, and it would just smell like balls in there by the end of the night, because the AC wasn't on, circulating air. I don't think Haggerty's is even still around. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I drive through Midwest City daily, and I have not seen a Haggerty's.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's there. But I remember going in, just like they had a little, I don't know what you'd call it back then, but like the pro shop.
Right.
Like where
like a showroom kind of thing.
Yeah, showroom. And they had a lot of Century gear, and they had, the gis and the belts and all their trophies.
Mm-hmm.
And it always just felt a little like shisty to me. Like, what do these trophies really mean? That you broke things? Like, did you beat up the other, couple that started a kung fu place? I don't know.
Tri-state champion in 1977.
I don't know.
So
maybe I should get back into karate.
So did your dad continue?
Oh no, he quit way before I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he went just to make sure that I wouldn't be a little wiener boy.
Or maybe he was like secretly hoping that you would like just give up on it. And one of those things of like, yeah, go ahead.
I don't want anything to get done.
Shit, she's still doing that.
But he was probably my age now when he was taking me, so maybe I could get back into it.
Get back into it. You got to bring a kid with you.
Yeah, easy enough.
Do it.
All right,
done. Dude, my dad took me to Tiger Cubs. I never went to actual Cubs. So there's like levels of that shit.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea why I joined. I don't know if it was my idea or my mom's idea or whoever. My dad would take me to Tiger Cubs, and I distinctly remember one day leaving it. And my dad, I would ride on the back of his motorcycle to these Tiger Cub meetings and be like, I don't want to do that anymore. He's like, thank God. Like, yeah, good. I don't want to fucking do this anymore. It's because it's a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. The Boy Scouts, Tiger Cubs, it's all a bunch of weirdos.
I did Tiger Cubs as well. Got the Boys Life magazine.
Oh yeah.
Got the
Tiger... shirts were cool.
The ringer tees.
Yeah.
With the Tiger Cubs. But yeah, even back then, like my I almost said gaydar, but like my pedodar was going off. Like, dude, come on. Get a life.
Wait. You're 36, single,
and you're wearing those
take
shorts?
Like 10 9-year-olds to the woods?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Pleated khaki shorts.
Wait, are the Boy Scouts still a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But don't they let girls in now?
I think that's coming up. Yeah, they're gonna
what
combine.
a world!
And
what a world
I think it's
we
like
live in.
they have openly gay scoutmasters. It's like totally cool with them now.
That's fine. Just
Which
no,
it wasn't,
no chicks, man.
It's the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Oh my! I don't know how. I don't know. I don't really agree. But I feel like instead of like, I feel like girls should be allowed to join Boy Scouts if they're gonna keep having girls just sell fucking cookies. Like, if it's just gonna be like that bullshit, then fuck yeah, let the girls join, and so they can like learn like
skills.
Yeah, other than like, all right, so since you're a girl, we're gonna give you this wagon full of cookies that you didn't make.
They do much more than that,
right?
To be honest,
well, they learn like
they sew, they cook,
they
clean the house.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I totally feel
Yeah.
it.
Here's the deal.
Those are good skills.
You just call it scouts and let everybody.
I
in.
want to join that.
I was gonna say,
I want to learn how to sew.
I have learned those things.
Exactly. Just call it Scouts. Mold the two together.
Yeah.
Everyone learns how to do everything.
Yeah.
Oh, all these skills that you need in life.
Yeah.
Fucking learn them.
I feel like if a dude can't has never learned how to cook, I'm just like, what do you? Well, like your dad, didn't let you do your mom stuff. Like, it's just like people that don't learn like basic skills like that. I just think it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, you moved out and then you just decided to buy Taco Bell forever? Like,
and you always know, dude. Like I did learn to do some of that stuff when I was young, but like you and I live here.
Yeah.
You know, you've got your apartment, I've got the house, but it's like when Kate comes over, like, it's a dude's house. Like, I can cook a little bit, and I keep my house somewhat clean, but like, there's no like live, laugh, love on the wall. There's no fonts.
Right.
There's no like,
fonts.
There's no potpourri.
Yeah.
There's no stick on wall fonts. Get the fuck out of here.
There's no
papyrus.
matching towels.
Yeah.
Like, there's not that woman's touch.
Yeah.
That we really need.
Do you want a little bit of here? But I don't think Kate doesn't strike me as the kind of lady that would. She's not going to bring a fucking Michaels into your house.
No,
you know what
not
I mean?
at all.
It's not going to be like, the stick on like coffee over the kitchen. You know,
No, boy, no.
there's not going to be
no.
like a faux foliage just hanging around every
faux foliage
over every eave.
No,
Kate's the type of girl that waits until like 10 o'clock at night and then she eats all the food.
yeah, straight up raccoon. I got a raccoon on my hands.
It
Dude.
was so funny. It's just like, oh my God. She was eating Parmesan cheese. Just like
Straight out the bin.
Out of the little cup.
What?
Nothing wrong with that.
Dude, that's some like 10-year-old me shit. After I nut my pants on the carpet, I'm walking right into that fucking kitchen.
Smells
and
the same.
It's a slice of cheese rolled up. I'm just gonna put that in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like the cheese around the hot dog. Like,
Yeah.
Oh no,
white trash
My mom would
burrito.
get those like she would go like she'd go to the deli and get fresh cut meats and cheeses. So I would like go in there and I knew I wasn't supposed to do it.
Yeah.
But I would open up the cheese and I'd pull that nice ass thick sliced cheese out, like a nice cheese for white trash Choctaw. So like a Swiss or something.
Yeah.
And then I'd get a piece of ham, like a honey glazed ham, and I'd roll that shit up. And that was just a treat.
Yeah.
And that was the starter.
Yeah.
And then I would go over to the basket and I'd get a Swiss roll and I'd pop that shit out. It is no wonder. How was I so fat? I just ate a lot.
Yeah.
I lived in a house full of snacks.
You got no carbs in that.
A lot of carbs, a lot of shugs in that house.
Yeah.
Well, you said no bread on that. You know, you're good.
That's true, but I mean, there was a lot of bread.
You invented keto, dude.
Yeah.
Just a hot dog and cheese.
I don't know that Swiss rolls or
Swiss cake rolls.
I came back on the wrong side.
Saturated fat.
Yeah.
That's the dessert.
Yeah.
The meal, well, not a meal, it's a snack. It's just a piece of deli cheese and meat rolled up together.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're fancy, take some like mustard and just on that, just for a little something, a little kind of condiment.
Yeah, it gives a little pep.
It says it right here.
Yeah.
Fancy ketchup.
Yeah.
It's fancy.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I did almost that same exact thing with just better meats and cheeses like a couple weeks ago. Like I got a hard salami and a provolone. I was, dude, I was just like, come home, roll some of those bad boys up. Yeah. Dude,
You don't know
What's it called when they throw it on a tray? What's that called?
like
hors d'oeuvres.
Charcuterie.
Yes, that's charcuterie.
Yeah.
Charcuterie, where it's like
Charcuterie,
cheese and meats all on a
Meat tray.
tray.
Meat plate.
It's basically,
French.
it's a fancy way of being a fucking stoner at 2 a.m. going through your fridge.
It's dope. You get a
fun
little
word to
meat.
say.
Dope.
You get a little cheese. You get an olive.
Yeah.
You might get like a little,
yeah.
I don't know, other things that you eat. Like,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
I'm a huge fan of the buffet spread that's all just finger foods like that. Like, oh, fucking load up on, because you don't feel like you're eating a lot. Oh, just a couple of
Exactly.
cubes of cheese. But on your 10th time going around with those cubes of cheese, like, you ate a fucking block of cheese, dude. Don't lie to yourself and say that you didn't.
Dude, I can eat a lot of cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love
Like,
cheese.
why is it, if it's in cube form, you can just eat like handfuls of it?
I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm getting older, and I feel like, so when you're a kid, like you munch on like your munchies, man, like your Doritos and whatever,
and pizza rolls. And
pizza rolls, all that shit. But
Oh,
for me,
yeah.
like, I just see just a real good, because my wife's a cheesemonger, like she has access to like really good cheese. Just a real good cheese and a glass of red wine. That's 36.
Right.
I want just a good cheese and a red wine.
But you're still wiggling on the carpet,
all
right?
the time. Hardwood, it's worse. You gotta lay a blanket down or something.
It's more resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have something. I can't. Have you ever tried to fuck on a hardwood floor? It's hard to do.
I mean,
Did I throw that?
no, yeah, you threw me for a loop.
Went from cheese to
to a young Josh wiggling on the floor, straight to adulthood.
the imagery here is
Yeah.
just.
I'm taking you on a vacation.
I
picking a
picture
trip.
it's after you said hardwood, and then Robbie said you rolling around on the carpet. I just see you as just a top, you know,
spinning around.
Yeah, just
Wait,
like,
is my dick?
Oh,
the ball
you're
spinning?
hard.
Yeah.
You have a hard dick, and you're just just like
Oh man, that'd be
Yeah.
weird.
I'm still imagining the black hoodie and the hat.
Oh yeah, with beard and everything.
With
It's like,
10-year-old Josh.
Totally.
no man.
I would say that yes, I have had sex on a hardwood floor in my life. Doesn't sound like fun though.
No.
I don't- you know
it
what?
sounds like scrapes knees.
Burns, skin
Carpet
burns.
too, same thing.
Oh, carpet's the worst.
Call me old fashioned.
Yeah.
I like to fuck in bed.
All right,
Like
man.
I'll do all the things. I do the gross shit,
Yeah.
but let's just do it on a soft surface, on
With
an absorbent
blankets.
surface.
That's
Yes.
something that I could pull off and then throw in the laundry when I need to wash it.
Yeah.
Not a floor. I don't know.
Yeah, hurt yourself, and then like the older you get, like it's. Have you ever? Yeah, been fucking.
Oh, Josh's new stand-up character. Here we go.
been fucking. Have you ever been having intercourse with the lady that you're with, and then like things will start popping?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It takes you out of it. Like you're like, yeah, and it's like, crack. Like, fuck, man. All right, cool. But
No,
then,
dude, it
but
just
then
puts
that
me in
where
the
pop
moment.
starts to hurt a little bit. Like you gotta do like a lean, then you lean a little. Oh, that's the worst.
Speaking of sex, I ran across an interesting article the other day on metalinjection.net. Speaking of Marilyn Manson, bringing it all the way back around to
circle
those
here.
mechanical animals. He came out with his own dildo. And it's a curved shaft with his face on the end of it.
Sick.
Okay.
And it's $125. And it's not even a good dildo.
How do you know?
Is it
I'm
Todd
talking
McFarlane?
from experience, dude.
Oh.
No, it just doesn't look like a great. We'll see it here shortly. It brought me to thinking, though, if you could pick a musician for a dildo, who would it be?
Wow.
That's a shitty dildo.
That's a terrible
and it's
dildo.
even got his name.
It looks like him.
It does.
But
It
here's the
does.
thing. What do they call that? A loss leader? It's something. It's like a lighter or some
$125
that's
lighter.
too
though.
expensive.
And why is it?
It looks like something you'd have in your yard.
Right.
Like,
It looks like one of those-
for Halloween,
yard
yeah.
art.
Or like one of those like wacky wavy arm
Yeah.
things out in
Yeah.
front of a tire
see,
shop.
you just like kick it.
Why does he look like fucking Nick Swartzen over there in that other picture?
Oh,
This one?
yeah.
Yeah, because that's what
So
he
dapper.
looks like now.
He's had some looks.
I like how he took...
Jesus Christ, there's some real serious porn going on.
I like how he
Josh,
picked,
get off the carpet.
I like how he took like his old face, not his round face.
That's definitely like
That's for
Sweet
the-
Dreams. That's Sweet
Yeah.
Dreams video era.
Oh, yeah.
This
So-
this style of Manson is like the
But why
Just
is
so-
it crooked? Because he wanted to have it like the Manson pose, like the
I don't know.
Yeah, or does he hang to the left?
Maybe he does.
Maybe
is that
that's it.
molded after
True
his
to form.
dick?
No, because it's like a square with like a. I mean, it's
I don't-
not.
It looks like somebody made that in Photoshop.
Yeah, it looks like an emboss layer effect.
Absolutely.
On the,
Like some Photoshop 4. He also looks like he's wearing a yarmulke in it.
oh, yeah.
That's
It's like
true.
a receding hairline.
So here's the thing. I think maybe what this is it's not real.
No, it 100% real.
But hold on. I don't think the actual product
Oh, the
is
photo
finished.
is real. Okay.
The product is not finished.
So it's a mock-up.
It's
if
a
you will.
mock-up
a
of
rendering.
a thing to come. It's almost like a Kickstarter. Like, hey, here's the idea. If we get enough people putting money in, it'll be a much better dick. I promise you.
Why would they assume that his name would just be on it?
Right.
Like,
A huge
for her
Manson
pleasure,
fan.
All over
dude. Labeled for her pleasure. I don't know. So, what musician? If you had to buy a dildo,
But it's got to be like that with their face on it.
yeah, of course, and their name.
I think a Bowie cock would be cool.
That would be
Because
cool.
here's the thing. Because then you have multiple different ones. You have like
you
you
have a real set.
You
Yeah,
got
and then you can, like,
you got the
hang 'em
Duke,
up.
you know,
Like-
you got the Thin White Duke, you got not Starman, Ziggy Stardust, you got different characters you can have right there.
Am I trying to sell these? Is that
Oh
what you're
yeah,
asking?
you're a door-to-door dildo salesman. Yeah.
Good question.
You come through the back door though.
I got one, and Robbie, I know you're going to say it, but I'm going to wait.
You don't know.
Oh, I got mine.
Go ahead.
Well, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like some contemporary, like maybe, some like BTS kind of stuff. Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Bieber.
You got to think of demographics here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe
Aging Bieber fans.
I was
Right.
thinking like doing a spinoff, like you could do like a Kanye West dildo with a little penis pump. You know? What was yours going to be?
The D. It's a twofer.
Tenacious
right?
D.
Tenacious D.
Wait, is it like a bunny that's got the little, like, the Kyle Gass, but the Jack Black's the big one?
Or is it a double-ended?
No, it would be a double-ended. That'd be the first one to come out, and it'd be red, but both sides would be like their dicks. Like it'd have to be sculpted to look just like their dicks, and then
The double D.
the double D,
Yeah.
and then Jack Black's face and like devil face paint would be on one side, and then Kyle Gass would be on the other, or there'd be one that would be. It's just it's a set, so it's like a dildo for one, right? And it's Jack Black, and then Kyle. Butt plug.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's
Gas.
marketing.
yeah.
Yeah, and those would sell. So, I mean, I'm gonna go pitch this at Jack Black. I'm about to go make $1 million.
Totally.
It's gonna be great.
We need a decision. I feel like we're on Shark Tank right
like
now.
which one I would choose?
Yeah.
Man. I don't know about Tenacious D.
How about this
I don't
one?
know.
I'm going to throw a third one in the ring. Kiss.
That was actually my
And
first thought.
You get 4 dicks.
There's got to be a kiss
They're gonna be like
dildo.
a tongue,
Yeah,
element.
yeah.
You know how much those dudes fucking love making money? I'm surprised
Exactly.
they don't have a fucking dildo. It comes
Yeah,
like a
there probably
case.
is one.
There has to be a kiss dildo.
Kiss dildo. Got to be a thing.
Yeah,
No question.
Yeah, no, there is.
Insane Clown Posse?
Ooh.
Something along those
I
lines.
sense a play on words
Yeah.
here.
Shaggy 2 dope. Shaggy 2 dicks. He doesn't have 2 dicks.
I was going to say,
That's
Just thinking of, oh my God.
What is
this?
Jesus Christ.
That is graphic.
Filling up over here. I was going to say the obvious choice, David Crosby.
What?
You wouldn't want to put that inside you?
Why would I want David Crosby inside me?
Isolate that, please. I don't know.
Like his face?
Wheeler Walker Jr.
That'd be a good one.
That'd be a funny one. I don't know. Yeah. It's just,
Girth Brooks.
Girth Brooks?
Yeah. a Garth Brooks dildo called Girth Brooks.
It's one of those inflatable ones.
Yeah. You fit it to your size. Fit to size, Girth Brooks.
Man.
I don't know. I just thought it might be kind of cool.
Now I'm horny.
Friends in low places,
Ew.
Oh, that's the butt
Nice.
plug. Friends in low places is the butt plug.
I'm still on the Girth Brooks.
I know. It happens.
Well, boys,
Have we made it to the end?
I think it might be time. We had to go out with a bang. The dildo talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to go out on dildo talk.
Yeah. Mike, thank you so much for coming, man.
Thanks for having me. This was great.
Totally appreciate it. And check out the Nghiems.
The Nghiems, yeah.
Check out the art shows. Check it all out. You can see more at Boys Podcast on Instagram, boyspodcast.com, Twitter, Tweets of Boys, the whole shebang. We're there for you, babe. See you next week.
Bye.